What's up, guys? Artopa. Oh, wait. What the? I didn't expect this to getting its own return. Ugh. Oh wait, I kind of forgot. Let me pull this guy out here. Yeah, and yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So today we're gonna be talking about the K-Bar U.S. Army fighting knife. Let's begin. So this knife was introduced in World War II, rather to actually get more supplies for a lot of the armed forces. Rather, the Marine Corps, this is their knife they've got. And of course, this is the. Now, if you could probably know, there's actually two variants of it. Probably most famous is the USMC. There's also the Navy variant. And of course, mines I had is the US Army. Now, funny part about this one here is I was actually couldn't find the USMC fighting knife. This was kind of another one I got. This is kind of the, I decided to buy this one. And you could probably know this is a very famous knife to get. Now, you could probably, so it's made out, the sheath is made out of leather. Rather have stitched all around it, bolts all around it, and of course a hole there to draining out water. Of course, there is K-Bar, the USMC Army logo, and of course US Army. Now, there's actually the biggest difference on the USMC and the Navy is of course the emblem and the designation for it. The very famous one is just the USMC one. Now, the blade itself is made out of 1095 Crowvan steel. You got U.S. Army right here, and of course K-Bar, Orleans, New York. The guard is made out of 12 GA carbon steel. We got is the leather leather discs all over the thing, and of course the entire pommel is made of steel. Rather is probably 12 GA steel, and of course there's a pin in there too, a pin for that one. And the tang itself is made out of, or the tang itself is a stick tang, not a rat tail tang, which that's kind of a big, giant difference to it. Of course, there is the blood groove right here. Let's see how sharp this bad boy is. And yeah, that's, oh yeah, that's all the, yep, that's definitely some hair shaving sharp to it. That's what a lot of the K-Bar knives I've got were like all like, hair shaven sharp, and they don't disappoint me at all. And that's a really cool thing to see here. Now, there is actually a bigger variant if you don't like the small one, which is called as the Big Brother. And don't worry, I'll actually get my hands on one of those, like when I get that. I'll actually get my hands on one of those. So now, let's talk about the size itself. So, size of the knife itself, the blade is around about 6.5 inches. The handle is around about a 5-inch, but the whole blade sticking out is around about 7 inches. And the overall size is around about of 12 inches. Let me focus on the thing itself. Yep. It's around about 12 inches. So, let's test this bad boy out. So the results out there is, look at this. 1 strike and a 2 strikes. Actually, a 2 strip of it. That's insanely sharp. For the bottle itself, I somehow just break off the cap and completely cut this too. And also this one here. Again, that's a pretty bad flaw to it. But that, oh no, look at that. That also like kind of a little bit exploded to that. That's insane. But for the harder plastic, this one did cut through it like it's nothing. A little curve to it, but again, also this one here, look at that. That's really big. And cutting through it, look at that. Look at that. Because of the reach didn't actually just cut through it. That's kind of the reason why. That's insane for that one. You could probably know what's the rating on this bad boy itself. You could probably see how just absolutely just brutal that was. And you know, that whole weight of it was, yeah, it took me around about like 11 years for sure. But this thing is just, rather is an awesome piece. It's an awesome bad boy. So I'm giving the Ka-Bar US Army fighting knife an astounding of, you hear it with me, of a 9 out of 10. Now, as you could probably know, yeah, the blade can bend, and it's also kind of small, but it's actually kind of, actually could be a 10 out of 10. Hell, it would be a 10 out of 10 for this thing. It's an awesome knife for rather what it is. But there is one thing I'm taking the point from, is the price. You can get this for around $100 when other stores and other, when I got this one's from Mickey Surplus. Yeah. I know where I'll be talking about that store, which is rather the best one out of the bunch. But finding it at their official website is costing around about $140. That's a Big Brother price, or rather it's that's a little bit too overpriced. I mean, I would recommend finding it other stores, other websites to find it, not their official website, because that's a little expensive. Yeah, despite if it actually can bend, well, it's a lot better than having it to break off easily, so that's kind of another thing. Even though despite this being rather a stick tang than the full tangs, in particular the Zombie Tools Felon Bowie knife, that's a full tang itself. But again, it's going to be one of those knives that are going to be, it depends on rather the good build itself, and that thing didn't disappoint me at all. So that wraps up of the Ka-Bar US Army fighting knife. I'm Artillery Boy, and I'm signing out. I'll see you guys next time.